1903, Mark Twain wrote, "Golf is a good walk spoiled." 7 years later, Mr. J. Harry Burks of Montreal's legendary store was not convinced because Mr. Burks and friends were conferring to build a new golf course. Together with Messrs. J.D. Bailey, H.E. Moles, James Lewis, the Honourable Robert S. Weir, F.W. Hibbard, and Thomas Drummond, all members of the Outremont Golf Club, they decided to start a club of their own. But where? Along came a Mohawk from the Indian Reserve who was collecting rent for an advertising sign which Mr. Burks had placed on the reserve. He proposed that his land would be ideal for a golf course. Only problem was, it was only accessible from the city by train bridge, the circuitous trek over the Victoria Bridge, or by boat. Off they went in a rowboat to inspect the land, and in 1910, a lease was signed and the Kanawaki Golf Club was born. Charles Murray and his brother Albert were commissioned to design the course. It took till 1913 to develop some holes ready for play, and in 1914, the full 18 holes opened. And so began a 100-year tradition of golf in its purest form. Kanawaki today is lush, tree-lined and testing. The original rules of the game stated you must tee your ball within a club's length of the hole, and Brothers Murray closely followed the ancient rules. It is a peaceful solitude from the busy city, yet, with the introduction of the Mercier Bridge, is only 15 minutes from downtown. Over its 100 years, many great players have graced its roster. Kanawaki, it is said, brings out the best in a player and the worst. Among them were Canadian amateur champion William McLuckie in 1919, Hap Fraser in 1922, and Gordon Baxter Taylor in 1932. Heather Leslie Tennant won the Canadian Ladies Closed in 1937, and Dulcie Lyle won the 1971 Canadian Women's Senior Championship and the U.S. Women's Senior Championship in 1973. Current member Pierre Archambault has won many provincial and national titles and a total of 20 club championships, including 10 at Kanawaki. Over the years, Kanawaki has hosted 10 Canadian National Amateur Championships, more than only 3 other Canadian golf clubs.
My name is Derek Gray. I've been professional here for 38 years, and during my tenure we had 4 great tournaments. In 1982, Canadian Men's Amateur, won by Doug Roxborough. And during this tournament, we had a very unusual shot that was a fella from Vancouver by the name of George Doak, who hit his second shot on 18, landed on the path in front of the clubhouse, went over the clubhouse, found his ball, took an unplayable lie, an unbelievable sand wedge over the clubhouse onto the green. 2-putted and made 6, but just an unbelievable shot.
Kanawaki hosted the 1929 Canadian Open when legend Leo Deagle emerged the winner. During the event, a 66 was recorded by Jim Barnes, quite remarkable when you consider the quality of the equipment in use. But the current course record of 62 is held by former member Bill Herb.
Over the 35 years that I was a member of Kanawaki, I had a chance to play numerous rounds with some very good players, including Pierre Archambault, who helped me become a better player and also become a very good friend. One special day on July 12, 1995, I had the game of my life. I was able to shoot 30 on the front 9 with 5 birdies in a row and a 32 on the back 9 for a course record that still stands today of 62.
Kanawaki's relationship with the Mohawk community of Kanawagi has had a century of peaceful coexistence. Kanawaki benefits by the availability of skilled and dedicated labor, and the community benefits by the availability of an employer.
Hey, my name is Alec Dival, and I've been caddying here for 58 years. The community level with Kanawaki has been good relations for the last 100 years, and it's benefited Kanawaki in a lot of ways with our youth center and our step-by-step school program. The club has helped in raising funds for these organizations, and I think the community appreciates that.
Kanawaki's endured 2 world wars and proudly displays a plaque in the clubhouse of those members who served in battle in World War I. 91 of our bravest are listed, of which 11 never returned. Annually, a tin hats competition is played to honor and remember those who served. A 1915 painting by Canada's officially designated war artist, Morris Cullen, hangs in the dining room. It's a painting of the Outremont Club, Kanawaki's predecessor. Kanawaki annually honors one of its members for their contribution to Kanawaki Golf Society or the arts by naming them Honoree of the Year. The experience of being a member at Kanawaki is best explained by those who have lived it.
Hi, my name is Jim Ogilvie. I've been a member of this golf club, Kanawaki, for 71 years. My dad was a member, my mother joined later, my brother became a member, and my son became a member. And you put it all together, and my family have been here for 329 years. My uncle was also a member. His son and grandsons were too. And if you put it all together with the Ogilvie longevity here, it's 542 years. I believe this is probably the nicest golf course you'd ever want to be at. I call this home. This has been here for 100 years. I hope it'll go on for another 100.
I guess the best times I have at Kanawaki would be coming out after 5. People would say, "Oh, you're crazy coming out after 5," but I'd come out after 5 and just relax in the evening and play a few holes, whether it was and pick up a game with somebody or just play by myself and practice. It was just very relaxing to de-stress, and Kanawaki is a very important part of my life.
This jacket was made in 1962. This is the original jacket. This is my jacket that I had and made 52 years ago.
A lot of fine memories over here. The courses have changed, the memories have changed, the people have changed, but 3 things have not changed. The quality of the golf course, the view from the balcony at 6 o'clock on a wonderful summer evening, and the traditions that we follow. And those are the things that make Kanawaki the very special place that it still is today.
I fell in love with the Kanawaki Golf Club the moment we played at Kanawaki. We're comfortable as members because of the course, also the clubhouse, and the people that surrounds us. They're very generous people, very kind people. It makes playing golf at Kanawaki a very special experience.
Kanawaki has also produced many provincial and national administrators of the game. Both Gordon Baxter Taylor and current member Jacques Knowles served as president of the Royal Canadian Golf Association, now known as Golf Canada. In addition, in the early 1980s, when the men's and ladies' national golf associations were separate entities, both were headed by Kanawaki members Bob Everson and Nancy Walker. Kanawaki has always had a robust ladies' section, but perhaps never more so than presently.
I'm Suzanne Robichaud, and I've been a member at Kanawaki for 33 years. I joined Kanawaki because I met people who were involved with the CLGA at every level. Nancy Walker was president at the national level, and I played with Kanawaki members, and they were champions. We've always had an intersectional team at the Class A level, and on our senior team, we've been in Section 1 since the beginning. The ladies always had a committee and our own bylaws, and they organize tournaments and social activities. And Kanawaki is a golfers club.
Kanawaki was the site of the Hollywood production of The Greatest Game Ever Played, a film which is shown regularly on the Golf Channel. John Murray, the club professional, played many of the shots in the film.
In 2004, I had the great privilege of working on The Greatest Game Ever Played, a Disney movie that was shot here at Kanawaki in September of 2004. They were here shooting for 30 days. I had the great privilege of working with Mark Frost, the author, Bill Paxton, the director, and I was personal coach to Shia LaBeouf in the movie. One of the scenes you probably saw a putt that was made on the 17th hole when Francis Ouimet makes the putt, a birdie putt, to go into a playoff for the next day. That putt, I'm the one who made. A great story about that putt was that we made about 4, 5, 6 takes, and then finally, when I finally made the putt, Bill Paxton reviewed the putt, and after 700 people, extras, yelling at the putt, the birdie putt for the movie, he comes back and says, "Sorry, John, the camera was not centered on the ball, and we have to do the putt over." Now imagine a 30-foot putt with an 8-foot break that I had to do 6 or 7 times, and I finally make the putt and have everyone yelling on cue, and then we have to redo it. Well, luckily, Bill had me do the putt again. The camera, everything was all set, and I made it right back on the next cue. And he came back and said, finally, the ball is perfect. It's going to look great. So it was a great story and a great privilege to be able to do that.
Kanawaki's first 100 years has been a love affair with the game. Over the years, modifications and improvements have been made both to the course and the clubhouse, but the overall Kanawaki experience remains unchanged.
Hi, I've been a member of Kanawaki for 45 years, and it's been a privilege for me to represent Kanawaki in outside tournaments and just visiting outside clubs. And when I turn around today and see all these young fellas out here, I know that they will be the future of the club. They will represent Kanawaki with pride, and I look forward to that.
Hi, I'm Alex Buchanan. I've been a member at Kanawaki for 8 years. 2 years ago, I formed a committee to help build an intermediate program in order to organize activities, build engagement and participation amongst intermediate members. He was extremely well received by the board and the membership. Since last year, we've had some extremely great activities, lots of fun, and we've seen intermediate numbers rise up to 50. Intermediates are the membership of tomorrow.
And so, as Kanawaki looks forward to the next century, it will never forget its first. The joyous experience of being a member, the thrill of a round well played over a true test, and the fellowship of those who love the game. And so, as the sun sets on 100 years, one cannot but have deference to Mark Twain. He was wrong. Golf is a good walk, enhanced by the history and traditions at Kanawaki.